everyone would see other influencers as a competition,
Mm.
whereas myself, everyone can grow together if they work together. But like you think about over in the States, a lot of streamers operate, all of them grow together, all of them get subs together. Blah. Over here, you don't see a lot of that.
I want
And
more of that, to be honest.
yeah, and I think it all comes down to the maturity, influence. Are they still focused on growing themselves? And which is by right. I'm not saying they're doing it wrong. You have to grow yourself, but at the same time, if you could grow with someone, I think that's amazing, because what happens is you're creating a nice ecosystem of community. So if you're not there, they'll watch the person you're playing with, vice versa. And I think that it's a win-win for everyone. But obviously, not many people think bigger picture,
Yep.
and they're not worried, and they're not focused on the scene itself. If they are, I think that that's great, and I think you're sort of slowly right now in this region, but it still has its ways.
I think that, yeah, definitely you're seeing that a lot. When I went from how I said before about 8 months of just streaming to 3 people, um, I joined a community and then started engaging under a community, and a big community. A lot of Australian community is based under sort of like the click I'd say Loser Fruits umbrella, right? Everyone's following Loser Fruit. Everyone knows who Loser Fruit is, and it stems down and turns into like a little veins and capillaries off that. And I joined under that because before I was just streaming, didn't talk to anyone. I mean, I kind of stumble upon people in game, but that's the only people I talk to.
Yeah,
But joining a community was a single biggest thing that biggest like kind of shift I've noticed is that I joined first stream with Taro Vision, and as soon as I joined joined part of his community and then everyone else, that kind of showed me that you have to build relationships. It's not sort of like a business, got to build relationships so I can get more money or got to get more followers or streamers. It's like we're online, we're talking to people, we're part of a network. So you got to build friendships with people because these friendships are everlasting. And when you meet these people, when you like, at events, you get to hang out with someone. Like I don't know how long you've known Altari, but you guys are close. And like when I saw Altari and I first met at AO, I was like, I'm so happy that I knew you before, but then he was hanging out with you. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is so crazy how everyone's connected. And with Thriller, he was hanging out with Brody, CCTV, and a few other guys. And it's like these guys are so connected. And so I think you need to build relationships as opposed to just trying to build an audience or treat everyone like a number.
yeah,
Because yeah, because that separates first of all, like success wise, but also you're gonna be happier and you're gonna be happier for longer because you're gonna be building relationships. And that's how I treat this and particularly this podcast is that I'm not gonna be like, no, you're not gonna come to this podcast because I'm not gonna give you a platform so you can take my viewers. Like if I were to think like that, I need to get off this right now and like leave. And that's a
yeah,
one thing I've always heard from the best streamers and more so from podcasters, I think, is that no one's competition. If you
yeah,
think people are competition, you should just stop what you're doing because people are on there for something, whether that's to promote themselves or whatever, or just have a chat, promote their views. They're promoting something, whether it's, like I said, their views, a book, a movie, a comedy show, or whatever. But you're also building a relationship with them and you're having a conversation with them.
yeah,
And so it's not competition. Like if people are still going to come back to you. So I think being professional about it and kind of um, being sensible about your approach is a really big indicator of whether you want to do business with. When I say business, I mean like collaborate with these people, with how
yeah,
their approach is and how you think their approach is.
yeah. I agree. I think it's just funny you mentioned Altari, because everyone knows, but like when I think about Altari, entity person, you know, he loves talking to people, and he genuinely loves to meet people. And I think that's a great mentality to have, purely because when I think about a lot of people, um, let's just say you're a streamer and you've got a community. When you meet them in real life, it's really different. It's not you just sitting behind a screen typing in words and chatting to people. It's actually you interacting in real life. And I don't think a lot of people can convert that online interaction to well enough, because they may or may not have the social skills in real life. or they'll just have a lot of followers saying, "Hey, I'm a ex streamer. Hi, how are you?" And you're like, "Well, who are you? Would you like to introduce yourself?" And I think that it's kind of scary when you think about that because you could be talking to them online, and you could be perfectly fine, but then in real life it's awkward as hell. Maybe because the streamer might be all alive or introverted or doesn't know who you are. And I think people need to remember when they meet a streamer or they meet another person online is to introduce yourself. I'm X person, I met you through blah. And I think that kind of removes that awkward barrier
Awkwardness,
initially.
yeah.
Yeah. But then you've got a lot of people online who become a keyboard warrior. They'll troll people, but then you meet them in real life, they're so quiet. And I just think that I just find it really odd because for me, how I am now is how I am in real life. Like I'm not going to fake who I am online to be someone else, and then on real life you realize, well, actually no, that's not who he is. I just think just be who you are in real life. How you treat people in real life, just you just get a lot of trolls, and I think maybe they do that to get a kick out of entertainment, kill time, blah blah blah. But you know, at the end of the day, if that comes back and bites you in the ass, that's on you. That wasn't on the streamer because they kind of caught that on you, and I just find that weird.